Give me the beef. Whoosh. Give me the macaroni. Whoa. And give me the cheese. Because we are making my ultimate favorite, macaroni and beef casserole. And it's so easy, you don't even need a helper. Get it? One of the things I loved growing up, and even today it is a guilty pleasure, are those boxed pasta meals. But nothing beats a homemade version with fresh veggies, some tomatoes, and melted cheese. Plus, we're gonna top it with some panko and some more cheese so that it gets a little crispy and a little gooey. Let's start by cooking our macaroni. Macaroni in the pot. Don't even edit that in. I'll get in trouble. People will come for me. First things first, big pot of boiling water. We wanna add a small handful of kosher salt. So we are gonna boil 1 pound of elbow macaroni until it's al dente. And then we're gonna drain it in a colander and we're gonna hit it with just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Macaroni, done. We're gonna heat a large deep skillet. To that, we're gonna add about 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 1 onion. We're gonna go ahead and finely chop this and get it right into our skillet. If you've ever seen one of my videos, you know I absolutely hate peeling onions because they always seem to be really tricky when you're shooting a video. And it's making me cry too. Oh look, the onion is peeled. All right, while that onion starts to get a little soft, we're gonna go in with 1 green bell pepper, and we're gonna just cut this into, I don't know, 1/4-inch pieces. Sort of cut around the core. If you have any seeds on the inside, I just sort of like to tap them out onto the cutting board, but a few seeds of a bell pepper I don't think has ever hurt anyone. I'm just gonna cut it lengthwise into 1/4-inch strips, rotate them, and you're gonna cut them in the opposite direction. Bell pepper goes into the pot. I think a lot of people dislike green bell pepper. I happen to think it just goes so well in a casserole like this. So we're gonna add a little bit of salt. That is not only gonna enhance the flavor of the vegetables, but it's gonna also help soften them. So we're gonna cook our vegetables until they're nice and soft, and then we're gonna go in and we're gonna add that beef, because you cannot have a macaroni and beef casserole without it. I don't care who told you you can have a beef casserole without beef, but they were wrong. This is looking really nice. You can see the onion is nice and translucent. That's how you know it's nice and soft. We are ready to go in with that beef. 2 pounds of ground beef right into our skillet here. Oh yeah, listen to that sizzle. Break up the meat with our wooden spoon, and we're gonna cook this until the beef is totally cooked through. If your beef is really fatty and it renders into the pan and you're not into it, you can just go ahead and remove it with a spoon. All right, we're gonna continue to cook this, but we wanna also add a ton of extra flavor, and we're gonna do that with some ground cumin, 2 teaspoons, which I know sounds like a lot, but we're making a whole casserole here. According to my recipe in the drawer, it serves 8. And we are going in with a whopping 2 teaspoons. Boom. It's like that cumin like slaps you in the face. Beef looks good. We've cooked off that excess liquid, and now we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, which is gonna help thicken the sauce. Just stir this in, and what you're looking for is just for the beef to be evenly coated. You shouldn't see any of the flour. This looks good. The flour is totally incorporated, and now we're gonna add the ingredients to build the sauce. So first thing, we need 15 ounces of crushed tomatoes. Ooh. And I get mine in a fancy jar. All right, 15 ounces crushed tomato. In addition to the tomato, we are gonna add a 1/2 cup of chicken broth, but of course you can use vegetable broth, you can use beef broth. We're gonna mix this in and we're gonna let it cook until it's just thickened. One thing you're gonna wanna do is just scrape up any of the brown bits from the side and the bottom of the skillet, and try not to slosh this everywhere. All right. Come take a look at this. This is what you're looking for. It almost looks like chili, so perfect, but we're gonna make it extra delicious with a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Ooh, yes. All right, we're gonna mix this in, and now we wanna cut the heat totally because we are ready to assemble this casserole. We're gonna go ahead and sort of slowly, might take a couple batches to fold in our elbow macaroni. Let's add 1/2 of it. I'm gonna fold it in. This is that stick to your ribs, delicious meal that we all crave. Give it a mix. This is a lot for this pot, but we are not done yet because we're gonna add some cheese. We need about 2 cups of shredded, sharp yellow cheddar because nostalgia. Shredding on the large holes of the box grater. Oh, I thought it was gonna be much cooler than that. So we've got about 2 cups here. We're gonna add 1 cup right into our casserole, and then we're gonna save the rest for the top. Oh my gosh, look at how good this is. Definitely needs some salt, definitely needs some pepper. We're ready to top it. Oh no, wait. We need to add some parsley. We need a 1/4 cup. Okay, let's get this right into our casserole. Just when you thought you couldn't mix this anymore. Perfect. Now it's time to top it. We're gonna do that with the rest of this sharp yellow cheddar. And now we're gonna add some crunch by sprinkling the top with some panko breadcrumbs. Beautiful. All right, this is going into a 350-degree oven until it's bubbly and the top is crisp and golden brown. It's gonna take about 15 minutes. Oh my God. I mean, it's golden, it's crispy, you can hear it bubbling. I cannot wait to dig into this casserole, but I want to top it with a little more freshness, some fresh scallions. We're gonna go ahead and just trim off the ends here, and then we're gonna thinly slice them, which I like to do on a bias. Not only are they really pretty, but they're gonna add a really great flavor. Check out my macaroni and beef casserole. This is like got comfort food written all over its freaking face. Look at that. Let me make sure I get a little bit of everything in there, including a little bit of that crunchy topping. If there was ever a recipe that reminded me of being a kid, it is this macaroni and beef casserole. That beef mixture has so much flavor from that cumin and the tomato. One of the best things about developing recipes is creating versions of my childhood favorites. This is mine, but let me know what yours is in the comments.